Hey guys, what's up? Jin here with the Otakuology podcast, where we like to actually talk about a lot of nerdy things. For this episode, as well as all the current episodes for this, we like to talk about Pokemon. Everybody go, yay, Pokemon!
Yay, Pokemon!
Yeah, see, look, that kid in the back knows how to do it. But anyway, as always, my trainer slash bromance, Otaku Mike.
You mean co-trainer?
Yeah, my trainer buddy.
You said trainer, not co-trainer. For the podcast, gotta read them all.
Yeah,
The
my trainer
Pokemon
buddy.
podcast.
My trainer buddy.
We are making our way through the Pokemon adventure manga.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely, we'll be finished with Volume 1.
Soon. I guess there's nothing to do for anybody that likes Pokemon, because obviously you don't have to Fearow about it.
That was fucking stupid.
Hey man, give me a chancey, okay? the podcast is about two things, yo. Star me and star you, okay? I'm gonna have to send you. So there's an actual like little love song thing that this girl did about Pokemon. So it uses attacks and like actual Pokemon. And I'll have to send it to you so we can talk about it later.
Taking psychic damage from these horrible jokes.
You are. It's psychic. Telekinesis.
What's terrible?
Telekinesis. Yeah.
Telekinesis and psychic are different.
Yeah, but they're both psychic attacks.
Anyways.
Oh, you're making me drowsy.
Anyways, let's get on with this episode.
Hey,
Episode
Mike.
9.
Mike, you're a pretty cool chikorita, okay?
I fucking hate you right now.
You're my best buddy. Stay tuned though, because Chikorita won't pop in until we actually get into Silver and Gold.
Is it Silver and Gold?
Yeah, Chikorita is the grass starter for Silver and Gold.
I get that mixed up with the fire chicken.
Chikorita?
Yeah.
Or not Chikorita, Torchic.
Yeah, I get those two mixed up.
Yeah, Torchic's season 3.
Look, okay, I don't remember, okay?
Hey, you just gotta go by Jin's rule of thumb. You only have to know Kanto, Johto, and Hoenn, which are the first 3 sets of Pokemon. The rest of them, you'll just learn as you go.
I stopped with Gen 2, okay?
That's why you gotta know Gen 3, because Torchic's my favorite guy. Or at least one of them.
I don't care about Torchic.
Sure you do.
Nobody likes a fire chicken. That's weird.
Sure you do. Then becomes a butt-kicking fire chicken.
Anyways, let's get into this Chapter 9.
Chapter 9.
Fearow itself.
Yeah.
What happened last chapter, Jen? Give everybody a little synopsis of what happened.
Oh, last chapter, we kind of ran away from the situation of everything that was happening because Misty got really pissed off because she thought that Red wasn't taking it seriously and basically like kept trying to rub it in her face that he won against Team Rocket. And so they kind of had a little battle.
Well, Misty had a valid point.
And she beat him. And she wanted to say, obviously it's not more so about who won the battles as much as how much they trained to know things.
Yeah,
So
Red's a pansy.
yeah, so then we learned that basically that they trained together for a
Yeah,
little bit.
and then he went
We
off
don't
on his adventure.
we don't know if he got a badge or anything from it.
No, I don't think he did.
And then we learned that some guy got stuck in a transporter and is now um, maybe freakishly deformed with a rat-a-tat.
So yeah, that's where our story starts. Our story starts outside, not very far from Cerulean City. This young man,
Route
he
24, if anybody needs to know that.
yeah, Route 24. He's working on this machine. He's tinkering with it. He accidentally gets his shirt caught in the door, and the door shuts on him. And he accidentally hit this auto timer for the machine, and we don't see exactly what happens, but something goes haywire. And then we move on to the next page where it's Route 20, 25, 24. It says, and Red's getting a little.
Weird, because mine says 24. Typo.
Oh, mine says 25, 24 or 24, 25.
Okay,
But also, I have a different translation than yours, so
that's
mine's a
true.
newer translation. You have like the second translation or something.
That's true. There's another part that I want to ask you about
Okay.
here in a little bit.
So he's got a bunch of Pokeballs on his back.
Oh yeah, it honestly looks pretty cool,
Yeah.
but it is probably really overwhelming.
It looks slightly different from the anime, because usually the anime they're like really small. These look like still normal size. They're not shrunken down at all.
Right.
But he's like, man, these Pokeballs are getting really hard to carry. We
And
find out he catches a Bellsprout.
and he's got two rows of them.
He's got 2 rows. He's got a bunch of Pokemon.
Which
And
the thing that I have to question is how is it stuck on his belt or whatever if there's that many?
I think there's probably like a hook or some kind, maybe, or maybe some magnet. I'm guessing.
I don't know. It's a lot.
Maybe like a really, really strong magnet. I don't know. Or like a hook of some kind.
Yeah, because he's got 10 right there that we can actually see besides the 11th one that fell off. So we don't know anything else that's on the other side of his hip.
Or maybe he Velcroed him to his belt. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't get that explanation in the anime, like how he really holds his Pokemon and where he keep all his Pokeballs and stuff,
That's right. He just sticks them in his back pocket.
Yeah, kind of.
That's what it looks like.
But he's been working really hard to catch all these different Pokemon. We don't see what exactly he's caught, except for a Bellsprout he has caught, and he goes to pick up the Pokeball that the Bellsprout was in, or is in, and he sees a Rattata, and this Rattatat's like dragging this string or wood. It looks like,
Yeah, log.
and he's like, "What is that? A Rattata?" He's like, "Oh, what kind of Pokemon is this? Is it some kind of mutated Rattata or something?" And he's like, "What? Rattatats can talk?" This Rattata can talk because if you notice, he has a luscious head of hair. This Rattata does.
Paul's head on him.
Yeah, and he
which if only how right he knew that he was when Sun and Moon came out. So because they have the other Rattata in that one.
So you said his name was Paul.
It's supposed to be, yeah.
In mine it says Bill.
Oh yeah, that's right. I don't know why I was thinking Paul then.
It says Bill. I don't know who's Paul. Who's Paul?
I don't know anymore. You're right though. It is Bill. It is Bill. I don't know why I was thinking Paul. My Pokemon lore eluded me.
I want to know who Paul is now. I hope Paul shows up. I hope Paul shows up pretty soon.
Watch. Paul will be a character when we get to like Emerald or something. We'll be like, Paul finally reveals himself.
Yeah, so Red gets scared, and
Oh, so here's my question.
yeah.
Down where it goes, a Pokemon that talks, right underneath that, does it say hot dang a human being?
Uh,
Or does it actually say being for you?
it says being. A
Oh,
human being.
Bean? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's same. I
Paul
just
Paul has a really bad like hick accent in this.
country bumpkin.
Oh, he is
That's
very country bumpkin sounding
hey,
in this.
hey, and you just called him Paul too.
Paul, I call him Paul. God damn it,
Bill.
Bill, Bill,
Bill.
Bill, Bill the Rat-a-tat.
Right. Bill Nye, the kind of sort of science guy, okay?
So Bill explains that he's not an ordinary. He's not a Pokemon. He's a Pokemon expert, and he was in like an accident of sorts. While he's talking to Red, a Fearow shows up, dashes in, takes poor Bill. I'm assuming is going to eat him. Who knows?
Right?
And Bill's like, "Help me, boy, help me!"
Wait,
Which I gotta.
side question real quick.
What? Okay.
So if a Pokemon eats another Pokemon, is it considered
Uh-huh.
cannibalism, or does it have to be like the same
I
Pokemon?
think it has to be the same Pokemon to be
Okay,
cannibalism.
okay.
Yeah.
Because usually people put Pokemon in a whole group by themselves instead of splitting them
Yeah.
up. So I just had to ask that if it was the same way as like regular animals, or are all Pokemon cannibals because they're all under the umbrella of being a Pokemon.
Oh, so I have an answer. You know how we talked about do the uh do the Pokemon people eat Pokemon?
Yeah.
Now we know it's canon that they do eat Slowpoke tail. So
Yes.
that's canon. But apparently, so I was listening to this podcast, and apparently Viz does not want to show any characters eating meat
Yeah.
because of the fact they don't want people to think they're eating Pokemon.
Yeah.
So they're not eating Pokemon. Except for Slowpoke tails.
So what you're saying is they are eating Pokemon just behind the scenes.
Probably.
it just makes me think of somebody walking into like a vegetarian restaurant in Pokemon and being like, "Oh man, I gotta go wash my hands," and they accidentally walk into the kitchen. There's a bunch of people that are
They
that are
have
in there eating meat.
no, they go into the vegetarian restaurant and then they go into the back and there's like a secret hatch to go into a speakeasy, but it's for Pokemon meat.
The meat easy.
Yeah, the meat easy.
Oh my god.
Uh,
We're bad
I can
human
see it. I can
beings.
see it now. I can see it now. But yeah, Fearow takes
Hey,
Bill.
hey, hey! Is there an
What?
underground dark Giovanni that's sitting there like Giovanni's brother? That's like, oh yeah, well my brother's trying to collect all the Pokemon. I'm just trying to eat them all. Okay,
Probably.
Mewtwo. Yeah,
Uh,
I haven't had him yet, but I'm waiting.
so, anyways, getting back to the story, Fearow takes Bill. I said Paul a minute ago, and Red's like, "What? We got to help this guy." And he's like, "Hey, wait up!" So Pikachu, Bulbasaur, Poliwhirl, and Red all go after Bill and the Fearow, and Red uses Razor Leaf on the poor Fearow who just wanted to get a little snack. And this part's kind of funny, where he's kind of like making fun of Red because of the attacks he's using.
Oh yeah, where it
And
goes?
he's like,
What kind of lame attack is
yeah,
that?
he's like, what kind of lame attack is that? And you see him, and like accidentally hits like an innocent like Pidgey, which is really
Yeah.
funny. He's like, if you want to take out a bird flying type Pokemon, you got to go after its wings.
Oh no, he didn't. He didn't hit a Pidgey.
Oh, he didn't.
No, that's just him. They're them showing a picture
Oh,
of.
I thought he hit a Pidgey.
No, because Bulbasaur, that attack would have like sliced somebody up.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, we see that, and Bulbasaur is not able to get this Fearow. He tries, though. Valiant effort for Bulbasaur. We'll have to say that. And Poliwhirl uses Ice Beam, and Pikachu uses Thunder Wave, which is really cool. And they happen to actually shock Bill instead of hitting the Fearow itself. And you see Bill, he's all like fried and messed up, and he's
Frozen.
still complaining at what's happening because he doesn't want to get eaten by a
Well,
Pokemon.
I guess Fear's not good enough to let it go just yet.
Yeah, and Pikachu jumps off of Red's head, flies up in the air, and like shocks Fearow, which sends Bill down, falling out of the sky, obviously. And they electrocute Fearow, and Fearow gets fried up, which is pretty cool. I like this part where they're where they're falling. It's pretty funny to see their reaction when Fearow pops back up, and they're like, "Oh my god, it's still alive! Oh my god!"
Right.
I think that's really funny. And you see that uh, Paul notices that Fearow's stance happens to change. And what does it change into, Jen?
Changes into an attack fight, an attack
Atta-
pattern.
an attack stance. And what attack does he do?
He is getting ready to use Drill Peck.
Yeah. And I like this scene. This scene is very well done, where it's like the motion of the Fearow, like kind of swirling around and like going forward. And then this scene is very famous. If you ever look up the Pokemon manga,
Yeah.
this like next panel is very famous. People bring this up all the time when they're like, "Oh my god, the Pokemon manga is so adult and dark, and Pokemon get hurt." Fucking Fearow goes right through Poliwhirl's face?
Ooh. Yeah.
His
Face, stomach.
face swirly thing?
Yeah, face swirly, stomach, appendage.
But we
You
find out that
name it.
that's not actually a Poliwhirl. It looks like a duplicate of some kind.
Looks like an after image.
Yeah. Which
Maybe this Poliwhirl trained under Goku. Hmm.
I like this part where you see it sticking through Poliwhirl, and he
Yeah,
starts to like almost like disappear, but then right after that he freezes the Fearow.
yeah,
I thought that was so cool. Like I was like, oh my god, because for a second there I thought that, oh, did they actually like impale Poliwhirl? But then
right.
I was like, because there's some things that happen later on where Pokemon get cut in half and whatnot, but so I was curious, like, did that actually happen? But no, he did not get impaled. Poliwhirl was too fast and too smart for good old Fearow. But I like this scene. This scene was very shocking when I turned to it.
Yeah. So he must have used like double team.
Yeah,
See, what I was thinking is that he used maybe like an attack between using the ice and the superheated air from Pikachu's Thunderbolt. That it maybe he did like a mist where it left like a little image of
think
himself or
so.
whatever. It's kind of what I was thinking, but we don't really have anything like that until we get to one of the gym leaders, like in the
Yeah,
future. Not any of these guys, but one of the ice gym leaders knows how
yeah,
to do like after image based off of sculptures. So
yeah. And Bill is kind of astonished that Red was able to pull this off. He's like, I didn't know, like, without help, I wouldn't have known that was going to happen.
right,
So Bill actually helps Red in this situation, and they go back to the lab that Bill was working at, and we find out that we about more about this teleportation machine that Bill has been working on, which is really funny to think about because he's been calling him boy this whole time. Like
Yeah.
the way it's translated, and with his real bad like hick accent, it sounds like like come here, boy. Like it sounds like he's
Right.
like older
Yeah.
than Red,
Yeah.
and he might be by like a year, a couple years maybe. But like in the manga, he doesn't look that old to
That's
me.
true.
He looks about the same age as Red, maybe a little bit older, just a little bit, Which it kind of threw me off when he would be like, "Come on, boy, come on," because in South that's usually meant for like young kids,
Yeah.
you know. But we find out that Bill has been working on this particular transporter, and he can transport any Pokemon to Red at any time when he wants it,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool. What do you think of that?
Oh yeah. I mean, that's one of the best parts is whenever you can go to Pokemon gym and actually, or not a gym. What is it? A Pokemon Center and actually trade, your
Yeah,
stuff and not have to worry about it. So
yeah,
it's
it's cool, but to think about how they incorporated it into this series
yeah,
is
which
pretty
it
cool.
it makes me think if Blue has a thing set up for him already too or not.
That would. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Be interesting to hear because we don't know if this is just a prototype at the
Right.
moment, or if it's like a new transportation thing. They weren't really 100% clear on that, to be exact. But, Bill tells Red that he's going to help him, like we said. And I like this part where he takes one of the Pokeballs from Red, and it happens to be the Fearow. And he falls down. He's like, no. Like, he has like some weird PTSD from
Yeah.
seeing Fearow. So Red has a Fearow now. We did not know that he captured that at that time, which
Right.
is
Which, another thing, just pointing this out, knowing how many Pokemon he has on his belt, it's really weird knowing that he only keeps the main three guys that we've seen, which is Poliwhirl, Pikachu, and Bulbasaur.
true. Yeah, that is true. Yeah,
So
it's weird.
It's weird that he doesn't want to use anybody else currently at this point.
Yeah, which seeing his feature team, I want to see those characters. Like, I want to see those
Right.
Pokemon. You
Oh,
know.
you know what his last six are?
Yeah, but I don't want to spoil it for anybody who doesn't know at this moment.
Yeah. Well, because I know that
Yeah.
he trades a couple times to get
Yeah.
his last
Yeah, I
six
know.
man
I
team, but
I know because they show it at the very end of the manga of the omnibus. They show it. They
okay, because
show.
I think he swaps one more of them out in gold and silver, and then maybe another one in ruby sapphire, maybe, or at the end
Maybe.
of gold and silver. I can't remember.
But Red goes off. He helped Bill with this little mishap that he had, and he's going off on another adventure. And he's, I like this. I like this panel where they're all running off, and then you see them. They're like, "Oh, look, guys, it's a big swimming pool." He's like, "Nah, I'm just kidding. It's the ocean." For a second there, I thought Red was stupid, and he thought it was a big swimming pool.
He could be just as much of a country bumpkin, but
Or,
doesn't know how
or
to talk
like,
either.
or I mean, but then I thought, oh wait, like the Pokemon probably didn't have never seen the ocean,
That's true too.
you know?
Or they have before
Yeah.
red. So,
So you
but
want to talk about?
we do finally make it to the giant boat, the SS Anne.
Yes, that's going to be our next chapter that we have.
Yeah. Danger, high Voltorb.
Yeah. So, what did you think of this chapter in a whole? What do you think of it rereading it?
Um, I liked it because this is actually it's one of those that I feel like is kind of that go between chapter to get us
Hmm.
from point A to point B, but then this also introduces a big new thing for us to actually do that subtly we don't actually think about, which
Yeah.
is the fact of now whenever he catches a Pokemon, it disappears and gets teleported to Professor Oak or something like that.
Yeah.
Um, so it's just a big thing that not a lot of people would probably think about.
As far as all the stuff that we've read so far,
Yeah,
I honestly thought it was just an average chapter.
yeah,
I don't like it when I have to read heavy dialect in manga.
yeah,
When I'm talking about heavy dialect, I mean like southern accent or a very heavy European accent.
right,
In my head, it doesn't translate well when I'm reading it,
yeah,
and I don't know if that's just me, but I it slows the pace down so much for me when I was reading it, and I was like, "Wait, what did he say? Like, what?
right.
What?" And that's my major gripe with this. Bill's not a bad character. I just
Well,
didn't.
and I think we see Bill later on too, and he does have some speech training because I
Okay,
think it does get fixed a little bit.
okay, because I mean, I was like, "Oh my god, if we have to continue this, I don't know if I'm gonna."
I
You know,
usually find it easier with characters that they try and do stuff like that too, like that, or they're trying to speak the same language, but maybe they're like another character based off of another country or something like that. They're
yeah,
gonna have a weird accent anyway.
yeah, because
Actually, to
I had that
actually to
problem.
like, I find it easier though to like read it out loud for a little bit,
Uh huh.
and then it starts
I
clicking with my head better.
I had that problem with Helsing when I originally read it. Helsing,
That's what I was thinking.
and but for me, of all the stuff we've read, like I said, this one was probably the weakest for me. I enjoyed the aspect of them trying to chase down the Fearow. I thought that was fun, you
Yeah,
know. But other than that, I just didn't care about this chapter. It was just average for me.
yeah,
I don't necessarily feel like it added a lot to the story,
yeah,
but I know we're gonna have those chapters sometimes.
yeah.
It wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible. It was just average for me.
Right. Well, I mean, I think the only thing it really added is knowing that now Red's not going to have to carry all these Pokemon around.
Yeah, which I didn't
You
know
know?
he was carrying around that many Pokemon.
Yeah.
I thought he only had the three.
Uh,
You know,
yeah. Which is
but
which is understandable, especially because he's only using the three.
yeah, he's only using the three, so why even carry him around?
Right.
Or at least have a backpack of some kind.
Yeah.
He has I don't want to go on a tangent, but he has no change of clothes. He has no backpack. Is he just wearing the same nasty underwear this whole time?
Probably so.
Ooh, Red's underwear must be really hard. He's turning him inside out. I don't know, but
Mom did not
you know
pack me anymore.
when I just sit and think about that, I'm like I don't know, just it's weird.
Yeah.
Like we don't see him with anything else but the Poké Balls
Right.
and the Pokédex. He has nothing. We never see him exchange money at this point. He has no backpack like Ash has. He
Right.
was ill prepared for this adventure. I will say that.
I'm not
Ill
prepared for my
prepared.
adventures. I'm not prepared for my adventures.
Even
Yeah.
even Blue had had some. He had a cloak at one point.
That's true.
Or he
Very,
will have
very
a
true.
cloak. I don't know. Maybe they just didn't want to draw him with extra stuff.
He'll have multiple cloaks.
Yeah,
That's
he has
true
like a
too.
poncho.
That's true too. I think they do that as well, where you're kind of sitting there and you're like, oh, well, I don't want to draw all that stuff.
Yeah, probably,
Or just thinking like, if they gave him a backpack, how many people would still think of him as like Ash too?
Or maybe, or not like a backpack, maybe like a fanny pack of some kind.
A
But
satchel.
a satchel or a fanny pack.
Yeah.
But people are already mistake him for Ash anyways.
A leg band.
Oh no, that's 290s. No.
A little leg band with or a little leg backpack thingy.
No, he's not gonna be Rob Liefelding it with a lot of pouches.
He is now.
But yeah, that's so he looks exactly like Ash.
Yeah.
He's basically Ash.
And
but not Ash.
Then we get into the controversy of Red being Ash's dad.
No, we're not going to cover that. No.
I just like to think that they might be like a couple years apart and they started their journeys at separate times.
We all know Mr. Mime is Ash's dad.
Definitely not.
Anyway,
Mr. Mime doesn't even show up in the main series till like way later.
He was
gone
for quite some time.
You know what though? It could be Professor Oak.
Nah. No.
It could be.
That mean Ash is Gary's uncle?
No, it would be his cousin.
Cousin?
Yeah, right?
No. Because Gary is Professor Oak's grandchild.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well then yeah, he'd be his equally 10-year-old uncle. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that would be weird. That would be weird to think about.
That would be.
No, Ash doesn't need a dad. Anyway. Nobody gives a fuck about Ash's dad. What? Do we ever see Red's parents in the manga?
Maybe.
I don't think we do.
I can't remember.
He doesn't need any parents. He has Poliwhirl. No, his dad is dead. I remember. I'm reading something. Spoilers. Red's dad died.
Why would you say this?
Because he uses Poliwhirl in his honor. I read that somewhere.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. I read it in
stay tuned till next time when we get high voltage Voltorb, okay?
This was a weird podcast episode. Just
with all the puns and the jokes.
Yeah.
But as always, guys, catch us on all major podcast platforms. You can catch us on YouTube. Anywhere that you can find, gotta read them all. And we'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. And as always, see you next Tuesday.
And if you have a comment, leave it in the video.
Yeah.